There are many current global issues having implications for environmental and human health. Today, we will be discussing one of these, modern natural gas extraction. The production of crude oil has been declining for many years in North America, posing a severe threat to the economy. In recent years, however, new technologies have made it possible to extract natural gas and other previously untapped sources of fuel in order to help address our ever-growing demand for cheap energy. The emergence of such new technologies offers the opportunity for a number of regions around the world to reduce their reliance on energy imports and strive toward energy independence. Natural gas may also be a potential transition fuel that will allow for the shift to renewable energy sources, helping to reduce emissions of carbon dioxide, criteria pollutants, and mercury by the power sector. What is this new and promising technology? Hydraulic fracturing. Better known as fracking, it is the process of fracturing rock by pressurized liquid to extract fuel trapped within shale formations that has been historically inaccessible. Although this method of fuel extraction dates back to the 1940s, recent advances in technology have made drilling horizontal well bores more economically feasible, transforming the world to fracking. During the process, pipes descend a mile or more into the ground until they reach a layer of shale, at which point they extend horizontally. A water-sand chemical mixture is injected at high pressures, creating a network of interconnected fractures in the rock. This then allows natural gas to flow from the pore spaces in the rock to the production well and up to the surface. Although some view fracking as an efficient method for extracting a previously untapped source of plentiful fuel, others consider it an environmental disaster in the making. Three main problems have been identified with fracking: potential risks to human health, negative environmental consequences, and the interaction between the two. Many toxic chemicals are used during the process of fracking. Of particular concern is the use of petroleum distillates in diesel fuel, which contain benzene, a well-established neurotoxin and carcinogen, ethylbenzene, a possible human carcinogen, and toluene and xylene, which have not yet been studied well enough to be classified in regards to their carcinogenicity. Exposure to these chemicals has been linked to neurological symptoms and impairment, affected reproduction and development, hematological effects leading to leukemia, as well as respiratory tract and eye irritation caused by inhalation. The potential for spills and leaching of these chemicals into water sources is another concern, as well as the contamination of drinking water aquifers due to improper well construction or over-aggressive fracking. This problem is further aggravated by the large volumes of fresh water used in the fracking process, of which only 15 to 50% is recovered. This is of particular concern due to the lack of methods for ensuring safe treatment, disposal, or reuse of contaminated water. Methane, an explosive and asphyxiant, is a component of natural gas that has also been found in drinking water supplied to homes located near fracking sites at concentrations requiring immediate action for hazard mitigation. Finally, natural gas development has been linked to air pollution and the migration of contaminants, as well as tremors, earthquakes, and sinkholes caused by unintentional fracturing of underground rock formations. Despite the newly emerging evidence about the risks associated with fracking, there continue to be considerable informational gaps regarding its effects on the environment and human health. Due to this, effective policies and regulations concerning fracking activities have been difficult to implement. Currently, the fracking industry benefits from major U.S. federal law exemptions, including the Safe Drinking Water Act and the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act, many of which stem from or were strengthened by the Energy Policy Act of 2005. Since then, there have been two bills proposed that would have ended the Safe Drinking Water Act exemption, neither of which made it through Congress. All in all, fracking has the potential to turn otherwise unproductive shale formations into the largest natural gas fields in the world and to become a very promising, lucrative economic enterprise. However, it is imperative to ensure that health and environmental risks are not overshadowed by economic benefits. Since the main concern with regards to water contamination includes high levels of methane and other chemicals in regions where fracking takes place, water quality monitoring protocols should be adapted to include testing for the presence of such compounds. More stringent policy and regulations are also needed, as well as more rigorous research on the fracking process and the associated outcomes. Some governments have already been responsive to the concerns about the risks associated with fracking and have modified municipal zoning laws or implemented precautionary-based moratoriums to prevent probable consequences. Technological advancements often outstrip the pace of health research, and until it can be determined with considerable scientific certainty that fracking does not produce severe risks to human health and the environment, it is our social responsibility to demand that governments and industry take the necessary precautions.